It's the 17th of September and I'm Tom Glass and welcome to The Roast. Now, with China to restrict imports on dirty coal from next year because they want cleaner energy, Australia is going to need to bolster its alternative energy sector if we want to remain competitive and continue to supply their energy needs. All right, let's see. We got wind farms. They could burn our wind farms. Solar panels. Now, solar panels look pretty flammable. If we buried them first, we could dig them up, China could burn them, it'd be like nothing ever happened. Okay, hydro. Harder to burn hydro. We'll find a way. First though, Mark Humphries has the headlines. You know what? Mark's always full of energy. Maybe China could burn him.
Clive Palmer, the member for novelty wearing off, has been found to have the worst voting record of any lower house MP. It's almost as though he shouldn't be a politician. Out of the 202 votes to take place in the House of Reps since he entered Parliament, Clive has only voted 19 times. On the plus side, he's only voted 19 times. Keep up the bad work, Clive. Of the votes he has attended, 13 related to axing the carbon and mining taxes or associated votes on procedure. But that's probably just a coincidence. Clive's low parliamentary attendance shouldn't come as much of a surprise, though. Following his election victory, he said Parliament was only one part of his job.
I'm prepared to put in the hard yards representing the people of Fairfax, not just in Parliament, but wherever I am.
See, people of Fairfax, everything Clive does, he does to represent you. When he falls asleep in Parliament, he's sleeping for you. When he throws a tantrum at an ice bucket challenge, that's your tantrum. When he rants about China on Q&A, it's you who's saying Chinese mongrels and bastards. But when Clive does attend something, you can be sure he'll be there till the end.
Well, look, I'm not going to be quizzed by you on rubbish. OK, do you want to ask me some other questions or not?
No, I'm confused because there are the papers...
Bye-bye.
Mr Palmer,
I'm not answering any more for you, so goodbye. We'll see you later.
Look,
an order was made and agreed to.
Goodbye.
Pandas, aka zebra bears, are entering their mating period at Adelaide Zoo. The female is named Funi, while the male is named Wang Wang. And with their notorious low fertility, he's going to need that extra wang.
Wang Wang and Funi have only one chance per year to mate, and the breeding window lasts about 36 hours.
Only 36 hours to breed? Boy, that's a TV show waiting to happen.
The following attempted panda sex takes place between 3:27 p.m. and 3:28 p.m.
You didn't think we would show that, did you? An Australian medical research team has developed a nano-patch vaccine for polio, providing another alternative to needle vaccines. Great news for people with a fear of needles who usually have this reaction to getting a vaccine. For The Roast, I'm Mark Humphries.
Thank you, Mark. I'm actually afraid of needles too. It's why I don't make my clothes anymore. See this suit? I didn't make it. No idea who did. Probably someone in China. And speaking of China, the Chinese government has just ruined everyone's day by changing the rules on coal imports. Everyone, by the way, is what the Australian government calls the coal mining industry. So everyone must be pretty worried to hear that the Chinese government announced plans to improve their air quality by limiting imports of coal containing more than 40% ash. And in big cities like Shanghai and Beijing, the restrictions are tougher, at 16% ash and 1% sulphur. So at last the Chinese can envisage a day when they can go outside and actually see the day. Because air pollution makes visibility in China particularly bad. We haven't forgotten to put a picture there. That is a photo of Beijing during what they call a nice day for a picnic. In China, going out to get some fresh air means seizing it from Tibet. So, all right, the greedy Chinese want to be able to breathe properly. How much dirty coal could we possibly be sending them?
Australia exports an estimated 49 million tonnes of thermal coal a year to China, which could be at risk with the ban.
Ah, great! So now we could have 49 million tonnes of leftover coal to get rid of. Perhaps the government can just stuff it in the Christmas stockings of renewable energy companies. I have to say, I don't have a good feeling about the whole we don't want to buy things that you stole from the earth attitude. Because if we look at Australia's exports, the first is rocks. The second is rocks. The fourth is gas from rocks. The fifth is shiny metal from rocks. The seventh is rock juice. The ninth is a rock we use to wrap food in. The 11th is a rock that makes fancy taps. And then around the 16th and 17th, they just start repeating themselves again. And that doesn't even factor in our tourist attractions, which are largely just giant rocks, and our beaches, which are just ground up rock. So as a country, we've been riding on the rocks back for a long time. But we shouldn't assume that the Chinese government is any more altruistic to the environment than we are.
Industry sources said the government moves were aimed at propping up the domestic coal miners.
Oh, come on, China. Everything's made in China. Do you need to make coal as well? Can't we have that? You know who's going to hate this announcement? Clive Palmer. Well, either that or he'll be really happy. Ever since his press conference with Al Gore when he said he was going to save the world, I really can't predict anything he'll ever say or do. Honestly, we might as well just set up some sort of game show wheel that we spin and then guess what he...
Wheel of It's good to be back, Tom. So, how will Palmer react to this one? Will he be outraged because it affects his business, stage a protest twerk, or make more wild accusations about the Chinese government?
Oh, keep me in suspense no longer, Alex. Spin that confused wheel.
Here we go, Tom.
So what did Clive Palmer do?
Well, he praised the Chinese government, saying that the coal restrictions were good for the environment and good for mankind.
He did not.
The wheel doesn't lie, Tom.
Oh, unlike our politicians.
Tom.
Now tell me, Alex, why did Palmer say that?
Well, it might maybe just have something to do with the fact that the type of black coal from Palmer's proposed mine in the Galilee would not be affected by the Chinese government's decision.
Oh, well, who could ever guess what's going on inside his head, Alex? I mean, maybe he just decides his reactions by, you know, spinning a wheel himself.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Well, we'll be right back.
Tom.
Have you ever stopped buying a country's eggs even though that country put all their eggs in one basket because they were sure you'd never stop wanting eggs? What do you buy now? And why didn't we invest more in that? Ah, shit! At the Roast TV or hashtag Roast TV.
So limiting the use of coal that contains more than 16% ash in big Chinese cities will hopefully go a long way towards improving their air quality. But is our coal really so bad and so dirty?
Australian coal exports are typically around 5,500 kilocalories and 24 to 25% ash, so we've got big problems.
Damn straight. At 5,500 kilocalories and 25% ash, the coal industry is just a heart attack waiting to happen. It's the cronut of the energy sector. But at least we are burning those kilocalories. So China no longer wants dirty, ash-filled Australian coal. But really, what are those Chinese coal importers waiting for? Some sort of coal Heisenberg to come along pushing blue coal with 99% purity? What do the importers expect us to do with our crappy Jesse Pinkman coal?
Some coal producers may be able to reduce the level of ash by washing the coal to meet the tighter controls.
Ugh, so they've just been using coal without washing it first? That's gross. Hygiene first, people. That coal has been on the ground. Unless, of course, you picked it up within 3 seconds, in which case, it's all good. Still, nice to know we just need to wash the coal and then it becomes clean, green energy. We did it, guys. We solved global warming.
No, Tom, that's definitely not how it works.
Well, then what the hell is it? Compacted dinosaur shit? Dirty dirt? The rough the diamonds sometimes find themselves in?
It's this nation's lifeblood, Tom. Hard, black, poisonous lifeblood. And now you're jumping on the green bandwagon and dissing coal. Everyone's all, ooh, Mr. Solar Power, you're so thin and elegant. Or, hey there, Tidal Power, you get your energy from the moon. Or, hi, Brand Power, you're always helping me buy better. Do you realize how damaging it is to the coal industry's self-esteem when you point out it's killing the planet?
But China doesn't want it. There is nothing we can do.
It's all about image, Tom. So I'm going to give coal the makeover she deserves. Now, you've always been beautiful on the inside, Cole, and, well, now I'm going to make you beautiful on the outside, too. Where it counts. First things first, let's get you out of that ash and sulfur. I'm going to make you sparkle. All right, Cole, let's take a look at your wardrobe. What do you got? Nothing? Oh, this isn't how to look good naked. Let's get you into something a little more sassy. I hate it. I hate it. All right, someone get me a guide dog. I think I just poked my eyes out at the side of that. Yes! And now, Australia, without further ado, here is Cole. Come down here, baby. China won't be able to resist you.
Looks exactly the same.
What are you talking about? It's a little bit wet and it's got a tiny tiara.
Yeah, it's still horrible for the environment.
Fine. If no one else wants you, baby, I'll burn you.
What? Oh, God. Well, maybe the critics of coal have a point. You know, our commitment to the coal industry could end up costing us more than just the mere death of all life on Earth.
So?
Well, it's capitalism 101. If the heaviest polluting countries are moving away from buying our coal, we might want to stop clinging to it. Otherwise, we might just find ourselves like the owner of a video store, boarding up our windows and cursing the fact that we didn't invest in Netflix.
But no one's going to buy our retro coal on eBay in 50 years' time, Tom.
Exactly. Good night.
I still love you, Deathrock.